Everyone, it's Megan. So I'm here today just to talk to you. Just sit and talk to you. I haven't sit down and talked to you guys in a long time. Done one of these kind of videos. Anyways, so I just wanted to let you know that I'm blinking out right now and I can't remember what I was gonna say. And it's probably because I'm not feeling and I can't even talk. I'm not feeling well today, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I've been completely just trying to find a job and everything because it's been 10 days that I haven't had a job. I'll tell you why. So the job place that I worked at and everything, it was all right at first and everything. I liked it. I was a cashier. I don't mind being cashier and stuff. I actually like it. There wasn't very many hours, so they had switched me over to a different department. But I'm a person that actually gets sick quite often. I have a weak immune system. I catch everything, I swear. If something's going around, I'm gonna catch it. Which sucks because it makes me miss a lot of work and I am prone to catching stuff. It's been like this ever since I was little. So it kind of sucks. But stuff was building up and building up and building up from my job and everything, and just some of the management, like, they didn't believe me. I was always telling them, like, hey, if you want, I can get stuff from my doctor letting you guys know that I'm not lying, like I catch stuff easily, and that's why I've been sick off and on and everything, and they're like, no, you don't gotta do that, blah, blah, blah. And then, not only that, like, we had gotten a new manager in my department, department manager, and they had switched her over from a different store, okay? So, and then they put my manager that I had before into the store that she was coming out from, so they were, like, swapping or something. So, this chick, you know how, like, when you can look at somebody and they just look like a bitch and everything, like, you know that they are one because they look like one a lot of the time. And I'm not saying, like, a resting bitch face. I mean, like, you can just feel the vibe of it, alright? This is how this chick was. You could feel the vibe that just, you're not going to get along with her and that she's just going to be a complete bitch, alright? So, she was one. And I don't think she knew how to do her job, or she was just a whiny ass bitch. Because I've been in jobs where I've hated the job, okay? I've hated the managers, whatever, and stuff like that. But I'm sure a lot of people and you guys out there have had jobs where you can relate, right? Well, okay, so this chick, except for, okay, back up. Okay, so normally when you have a manager, the manager will do their part and do what they need to do and not have everybody else do their job, and they'll actually join in and help you out with your own job and stuff, because that's what managers should do, at least, and, like, pull their weight and stuff. Actually, they should be pulling more than their weight because they are the manager and stuff like that. But anyways, that's just my opinion, whatever. So this chick comes in and stuff, and first day I meet her. Okay, the day before, I was working, and I was told that, oh, you're working tomorrow too, you're on the schedule, you got written in or whatever, and I wasn't supposed to be working, I guess. It was supposed to be my day off, but they wrote me in because they needed to do inventory the next day, so they needed somebody else to come in to help out while they did some inventory. I was like, okay. And at the time I was working mornings, the morning shift, the opening shift and stuff, and so I come in and everything, I'm doing my job or whatever, and the chick that was supposed to come in to do inventory ended up calling in, so they had somebody else come in to cover her shift, okay? So the person that comes in to cover her shift is the one that's supposed to do some of the inventory, and everything along with the manager. All right. And the only thing that I needed to do out of my part of the department was let them know what I'm out of and what I need and what needs to be ordered, basically. Because in the morning, so I worked in the deli. I got switched over to the deli, so I was the opener, so I had to replace and make stuff in the morning and put it out on the shelf and stuff to have the pre-made stuff already out there for people and customers. So she comes over to me and she introduces herself and everything. I'm like, okay, and I already feel the vibe. Like, I'm like, oh, and I know. I'm not trying to judge her off the bat or whatever that day or whatever and stuff like that. But this chick, so she was having everybody do inventory stuff, like stuff that we don't normally do when that was like her job and the person who was assigned to help her do inventory and everything. And she's all, I can't do this and everything right now. I don't know where the papers are that I'm supposed to, blah, blah, blah. And she was like freaking out and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, you should know because you're the manager. And I don't know what I'm, like, I was trying to get my stuff out because the stuff that I was doing, I'm supposed to have out by a certain time of the day and stuff. And she wanted me to do all this extra stuff. And she's all like, well, if you don't get it done and everything, if people don't get the stuff done that I tell them to do and everything, and I get wrote up and in trouble about it, then you're going to get in trouble. No. Anyways, so this proceeds to go on, and the only thing that this lady does, like, she'll do a little bit here and there to make her look like she's actually doing something, but she does all this easy stuff or whatever, and she doesn't really do what she needs to actually be doing. She'll put it off and make it look like, oh, I'm doing something, when really she's making you do all her work. And it's been going on for a while and stuff, which was irritating to me. Like, I've never had this happen. Like, okay, so I've hated jobs where I just wanted to walk out and stuff before and everything. But I'm like, no, I'll put in my 2 weeks if I quit and stuff or something like that. I've never actually have been to the point where I just quit a job. Never. No matter how much I didn't like the job or the people in it or whatever. It gotten so bad. Like, stuff has gotten so bad where I just ended up, I was like, one of the days that I came in and stuff, the day that I quit, I came in, I wasn't feeling well, I didn't have enough time before work to call in sick or have somebody cover for me, but somebody was there, not working, but they had come in or whatever, to get their paycheck or whatever, and I asked them, like, hey, is it possible that you can come in tonight and maybe cover the rest of my shift? I'm not feeling good, I've been puking, you know, that kind of thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, but I have to do a couple things and stuff, so I'll cover you around this time. I was like, okay, cool. You know, never showed up. That was, wasn't feeling good. I was already irritated about not, like, just other things besides me not feeling good and stuff, and it was just, like, building up even more and more. Just stuff kept building up. And then they didn't show up, and that just built up on more stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and then they were like, oh, well, I got told a couple different things. Okay, so the assistant manager came up to me and like, I don't know what's going on and stuff, but if they don't show up, I'll still let you go home around this time or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then they came up to me and like, I don't know what's going on, they're not coming in, so, and Tony said that you have to stay here the rest of your shift, and you can't go home. And I'm like, I'm throwing up and I can't go home. And then, so they put me on lunch, so I get on my lunch and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not feeling good, I've been throwing up. I'm not going to stay here just because they're like, oh, you can't go home because you're sick. Okay, so when I got my stuff together and stuff, I went over to one of the manager guys. I was there at the time and stuff that I had to talk to at the store. But before I did that, I went to the assistant manager in the deli, and I was like, look, I'm letting you know I'm quitting right now. I'm going to go let them know, and I'm going home. He's like, okay. And so I went up them to the person that I'm supposed to, the main person, or, yeah, and let them know, I'm like, hey, I'm quitting. What do you want me to do with these? And they're like, effective when? I was like, now. And so they brought me into the office and started talking to me and stuff. And then they're like, so why are you quitting? And I'm like, well, stuff's building up, and stuff like that. I'm not feeling good. I am sick, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, what I told him was that you can go home if you have somebody to cover you, but if you don't have anybody to cover you, you're not going to be able to go home because you need to be covered. I was like, well, that's not what I was told. And then I was like, but I did talk to the store director, and I was like, about hours opening up back over in the cashier positions, because I wanted to become a get back over there, because I didn't like being in the deli. But he's like, oh, well, don't you think that would be, like, rewarding you and stuff in a way because of the fact that you've been sick a lot while you've been working in the deli? I was like, I've told you guys so many times that I have a weak immune system and I get sick easily, I catch stuff easily and stuff like that. I do what I can to try not to get sick and to try to stay good, but it doesn't help me. And I've been like this ever since I was little, and I can bring in stuff from my doctor to show you that I do have a weak immune system, and they're like, no. And so, like, you guys are saying that putting me back over as a cashier is rewarding me? No, I don't think so. Especially when I started out there in the first place, that's what I got hired for, and you only switched me over to the deli because you didn't have any hours to give out to the cashiers. And I was a new, like, at the time, I just started, so you guys didn't want to, like, hire me and then fire me just because you didn't have hours, so you switched me over to a different department. So that pissed me off. That was icing on the cake when he said that, though. I was like, are you kidding me? Mm-mm. So I was like, okay, fine. That's the reason why I'm quitting. All right? He's okay. And I walked out. I got my paycheck when I was supposed to the next week or whatever, and I came in to get my pay stub. I was like, I don't know if I was supposed to get paid out, if I earned anything to get paid out from, like, any kind of time for vacation time or anything. He's all like, I don't think you earned any and stuff like that or whatever. But the only thing you probably accumulated was sick time, but because we don't pay out sick time for terminations. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so a termination, like, are you talking about self-termination? Because of the fact that you guys did not fire me. I quit. You know, I didn't say this out loud, but I was thinking it, and it still hasn't made sense to me because, okay, so if you fire me or if I self-terminate, like, so no matter what, unless I, like, I don't know, retire, that's when I'm going to get, like, my sick pay or something. Like, that doesn't make sense. Because if I'm fired, it's termination. If I quit, it's termination. Like, that does not make sense to me at all. I might actually go back and talk to them about that because it doesn't make sense at all to me. So yeah, that's the whole story of why I quit my job and why I'm out of work. And I'm feeling sick right now, actually, which I was feeling fine the other day. But now I'm looking for work that is more like an at-home kind of thing. To do, like, maybe online or something. And no, my videos don't get monetized. I don't have them monetized or anything. I didn't want to do that until I got better equipment and stuff. But I don't know. That's my story time for how I don't have a job anymore. I guess. I'm so out of it right now. I don't feel good. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I know I got sidetracked and ended up going into the story time and everything for you guys of why I don't have a job anymore. But it's been only 10 days, so it hasn't been that long. So, excuse me. So yeah, anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. And I make unboxing videos and other videos. I've been trying to make more videos for you guys since I'm all caught up now and I'm able to do the videos again. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.